When comparing to reservations, coming into Cherokee looks different than anything I've seen.
The government has nothing to do with this. The state doesn't either.
You're trying to bring it back.
You're darn right.
You can go to Harvard if you can get in, and they'll pay for it.
Yeah. It was never Appalachian living. It was always Cherokee living.
It goes much poorer right when you get off the tribal land.
Yeah.
The river doesn't even look as good. What's going on?
And so we didn't like America to begin with because we were fighting for the South.
This is your equivalent of the projects?
Yeah.
So this just smashes all of the stereotypes.
We were down in the slumps, say, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Now look at us.
Good morning, guys, here in beautiful North Carolina. And today we're going out to the Cherokee tribe. From what I've been told, much different than most other native reservations in this country. For example, most young people receive hundreds of thousands of dollars in an account to be deployed when they turn 18 years old. It's out in the western part of the state. Very beautiful from the pictures I've seen. And we have the great fortune to meet up with a Cherokee local who said he can show us around, bring us in, and teach us about what's going on out there. Let's do this. We're in the heart of Cherokee right now.
Yes.
This is unlike any other reservation because it's not a reservation. It's called what?
It's a boundary.
So a native boundary.
Yeah. So we are a sovereign nation within inside the country, like a lot of other nations are.
Yeah.
But here we own the land outright.
Okay.
William Holland Thomas bought it back for us.
How many acres?
56,000 square acres.
When comparing to reservations, coming into Cherokee looks different than anything I've seen.
Oh yeah. If you're enrolled with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, you get a per capita from the casino earnings. Half of it goes to, you know, stuff for like hospitals or our court system or, you know, just stuff like that. And then the other half goes to the enrolled members of the tribe.
Every year?
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
So it comes in June and it comes in December.
Then how much do you have when you're 18 years old?
It just builds up. It depends. Like right now, we can be making a lot of profit, and then next month we won't make that much. But say my daughter, when she turns 18, it was just steadily profit. She'll have more than, you know, when they didn't make profit.
What do you think that number is roughly?
I say well over 500,000.
Wow.
Well over 500,000. But it's stipendied up. Because
okay.
At 18, you don't want to be giving a kid $500,000 to do whatever they want, you know? They're going to go right through it. At 18, they get 25% of it, and then 21, 25% of it. I think it's 23 or 25.
Okay.
The rest of it, you get it.
Okay.
But at 25, I didn't even know what I was doing. You know what I mean?
You said you just got back from a 24-hour sweat.
Yeah, you don't sweat the whole time, though.
But it was a ceremony.
Yeah, it's rough. I have yet to come down from it. That's why.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming out today.
Of course, man. Like, I love showing people about my people.
Because how much sleep have you gotten in the last 48 hours?
Dude, you were like, hey, I got lost. And I was like, thank God I can take another 30-minute nap.
It's so clean here.
Yeah.
It's so well taken care of.
And that's the tribe getting that casino money helps with stuff like this.
Right.
Like, they pay for the mowing and the workers and everything.
This is like the Bellevue of
exactly, yeah.
native areas.
I take it for granted.
You take it for granted.
Yeah.
But at least you're aware of that.
Exactly, yeah. I took a girlfriend at the time with me to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And she started crying. I was like, what's wrong? She goes, I didn't know what I had back home.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, of course. I was like, this is where... I don't have any blood here except for my daughter, my siblings, and my father. I tell you about your dad, but I can't tell you. He's like, I don't want to get him in trouble.
John, you've traveled a lot around the U.S.?
U.S., Canada, Europe.
So how do you feel when you come back to Cherokee?
You can take the boy out of the mountains, but you can't take the mountains out of the boy.
This is your home?
Yeah, it's always home. I've just been practicing the language,
Gva ya da wa du.
No.
No? How does it sound?
Ga ya da wa da he do ha. That says I am visiting you. But actually, you visiting me would be squad da wa da he do ha. You are visiting me.
How many Cherokee speakers exist out here? Would you say?
Less than 150.
That's it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are really holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to bring it back.
You're darn right.
So the kids learning?
I'm teaching my co-workers, the ones that want to learn.
Okay.
Even the ones that said they didn't want to learn are learning because they're around it.
Yeah.
They hear me telling the other ones.
What's driving you to learn the language and bring it back?
It's us. If we don't have our language, who would we be? Our language is what defines a people. And if we can't speak our language, then can we really call ourselves Cherokee? We just turn into Americans. I mean,
Did your parents teach you the language at all?
no, not really.
Okay.
They were actually kind of against it for a little bit because the things that my grandparents had to go through because they spoke it. While my dad was alive, he made mention of one time when I asked him why he didn't know it, why he couldn't teach me.
Sure.
He said he didn't want to get locked in a closet, get beat on for speaking.
Right.
So, well, I told him, I said, well, Dad, ain't nobody gonna do that to you now.
So Dylan, you work here.
I work here, yeah. I've worked
Okay.
here 13 years. See you, John. My grandparents own this.
They
This
own
diner.
BJ's?
Yeah, they best burgers in town. I'm not joking, and you can ask anybody else in town. I'm biased to say because my grandparents own it. My brother works there. When you see big corporations that come in here, like that Super 8 down there, right?
Okay.
That company has to lease that land from the family. Whoever owns that land, they have to lease it from that family. So you do have different classes here. You do have your wealthy and your middle class, and then you have your poor.
So by default, everyone that say is Cherokee or born here doesn't get land for free. It's going to come through their family.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What about taxes? Do you pay taxes on the land?
No.
So this is not BIA,
No.
Bureau of Indian Affairs. So there's no BIA hospitals or anything like that?
No, strictly Cherokee Hospital.
And that's paid for by the tribe?
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
about education?
Education, college is paid for. As long as you make good grades, they actually pay you to go to college.
They pay you to go to college?
Yeah.
So
you
any
get
college
incentives.
or state
yeah,
colleges?
you could study abroad if you wanted to.
You can go to Harvard if
Yeah,
you can get
yeah,
in,
uh-huh.
and they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Wow. So basically, your daughter's coming out of high school with $500,000.
To do whatever she wants. I told
She
her.
can go to any college if she has great grades.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like, you're not going to college for 2 years after you graduate. She was like, why? I was like, because you're traveling. You have the money to do it. You won't have, any regrets.
Right.
Not going to school. School's always going to be there. And you have the money. As an 18-year-old, if I had that money, I would want to go learn about the world first.
Yeah.
And then worry about my studies. If she needs to. Because what if, when she turns 18, she's 13 now. What if she doesn't need to get a job? What if those 6-month per caps keep her afloat?
Right. Okay. So once she's 18,
She'll continue getting that for every 6 months.
But basically, her amount is up to $500,000.
Yeah, because
And then for the end of time, she'll still get a per cap. It's like the dividend in Alaska, but just way better.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
So you guys are in the tribal world monetarily. You guys are very successful. You're living well.
Oh yeah. There's no complaints. But see, I don't get that per cap
Why?
because I'm enrolled with the Cherokees out in Oklahoma.
Oh.
You have to be Eastern Band here.
Okay. So there are
the
three bands of Cherokees.
Yeah.
Okay. Eastern Band. What are the other two?
United Kituah Band and Cherokee Nation. And Cherokee
man.
Nation and United Kituah Band are located in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Okay. So you got CBD, Native Cloud.
Yeah.
It's a nice name for it.
We actually are about to start selling marijuana here on the boundary.
Okay.
There's a few hiccups that we have to settle out. We want to do everything, by the book, so we don't get in trouble or anything. And
So how does it make you feel? You're not Eastern band. Does that bum you out a little bit that you don't get those
sometimes
perks?
because like I don't even want the money. It's just I want voting rights.
You can't vote here on the tribe. Okay. How many Eastern band natives are there?
There's about 20,000. Close to
20,000?
Yeah.
Wow. This is
Man.
This is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I'm so fired up being here, Dylan. This is
I love showing you around too, man. It's bringing me joy that you're enjoying this. Enjoying our land, you know. Like this is sick.
Keep on the road with filming and high fives.
So you know what's cool about this? This is my community. This is the Big Cove community.
Okay.
We're very prideful where we come from. Like my buddy, his name is Dylan Morgan, and he's from Wolftown, and we talk a lot of crap to each other because our two communities don't like each other during stickball.
Oh, you have rivalry between the communities.
It's one of the
here.
oldest ones.
Okay.
We got swimming spots, man. We got.
Oh my God!
This is my community. Is the best community. Big Cove is the best.
Okay, can an outsider like me, white boy, move in, or that's
so my
against the rules?
grandmother is from Illinois, so she married into our family.
So you have to marry in?
You don't have to, but like.
But like an outsider, like I couldn't buy a home here, right?
You
Or could I?
You could lease the land from the family,
lease the land,
but you can't own it.
But you could own the home, but lease the land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got tubing, and that's mostly for tourists?
Yeah.
So the casino is the big revenue generator, and then tourism.
Let me see the camera.
Okay, yeah, take
There's
over.
our school's over here, and I want to get a good.
Yeah, sure. You're the vlogger now, man.
Yeah. Me and my
Okay.
brother used to make YouTube videos, so.
All right, let it rip. What's going on here?
So this is our central schools. You have your pre-K, kindergarten, all the way to 12th grade, seniors.
It's massive.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it is.
Where
It
am
is.
I?
Exactly, yeah, man.
Dylan. So that doesn't even look like a school. It looks like condo development or something.
Yeah,
So this is casino money that's pumping.
it funds everything.
The casino funds everything.
Everything.
Roughly 20,000 people that casino is funding this whole infrastructure for them.
But with the good, there comes the bad. Drugs. It gives money to those people, and it, feeds them drugs.
Okay, so
So it feeds a drug habit, I should say.
Okay, so drugs. So if someone doesn't have their mind going in the right direction, they're gonna get on drugs out here easily because the money's there and you can buy whatever.
Yeah. Now, I can't step onto the field just simply because it's medicine, and I don't want to disrespect Big Cove.
Okay, it's medicine. What do you mean by that?
So we go through like a lot of medicine stuff
Okay.
when we play stickball. Ooh, I thought I saw something go through the woods over there. I didn't
So you
like
have
that.
picnic tables under there.
Yeah, exactly. The big time for stickball is the first week in October. That's like our playoffs. That's like our championship, our World Cup.
Okay.
That first week in October, me and my buddy Dylan Morgan, I was telling you about, he's from Wolftown. We won't talk to each other. And he's my best friend. Like, I was raised with this kid. And I love that kid.
So it's just all out war.
Yeah. Like, I will beat the out of that kid. Yeah.
Like
he would do the same thing.
Physically, you'll beat the
Yeah.
and
he
then
would
the
do
week
same
after
thing.
you're good.
Yeah, he's having a beer at my house, watching football.
Were you a warrior people like the Apache?
We played the intimidation game. So there's documentation showing if the Creeks came up here or we went down there for war, they showed up with 500 warriors. We showed up with 1,500. And said we could fight. None of you are going home. Or we could sit down and talk this out. And they'd be like, okay, yeah, let's talk this out.
So you'd always use intimidation, outman people, and then
Because we got to
use the
keep in
leverage
mind,
that way.
We covered 8 states at one point.
8?
8 states. Cherokee.
Oklahoma?
No. I mean, like before first contact.
The original. Okay,
Yeah.
so just all this Appalachian territory, right?
Yeah.
Tourists from all over the country, world, who's coming here?
Everybody. I have a lot of Europeans, a lot of overseas people. Some people live here full year round.
When it comes to roads, things like that, federal government, state government, tribal government, who's paying for it?
Tribal. The government has nothing to do with this. The state doesn't either. So we don't even have sales tax. We have a thing called tribal levy, and it goes back to the tribe instead of the state. So if I was to buy a car off the boundary, but I'm using it for my home on the boundary, I show my Cherokee card and I get the taxes taken off. That used to be our swimming spot, but I want you to film this over here. So this is all relevant. I didn't grow up with these homes here.
Okay, these are new?
Those are newer homes. This is a housing project. I lived in that house in the back right.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that paid for by the tribe?
Tribal housing, yeah. You have two different sides of Big Cove in our community. A lot of it is beautiful, but you do have stuff like this. And, you know, people can make it out. It's just some people have bad luck.
But everyone gets the same things?
Yeah.
From the tribe?
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to them what they want to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this is one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Dylan, I'm going to say that straight up.
I love it here.
I've seen a lot of the U.S. This is really a special part. This water is super clean, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no farm runoff above or anything like that. It's pretty cold. You were saying polygamy was a thing in the culture. Back when?
I would say before first contact.
But, and then Cherokee culture, the women sort of ran the show, right?
Of course, and they still do. Yeah, they still run the show.
Which means what? The finances,
the household, everything. Whatever they say, it goes. Like, you have to listen to what they say. If you don't, then you're going to be in trouble. I was raised by women. I had 3 men in my life, my 2 grandpas and my dad.
You don't like this?
No, it disrupts the fish habitat. This river's been here forever, and no one's ever stacked rocks like that. So why are they doing it now? Our fish are, you know, like, very sacred to us, so why are they trying to ruin stuff? I don't know the specific studies, but they do say not to do that.
Do you fish?
I used to, but it's like living at the beach and going to the beach. Now for me, I just have to show my my card to fish.
Okay.
You would have to go get a license, a fishing license.
So how do you guys feel about outsiders coming in to the boundary?
We don't mind it at all. Like, I don't, it's not been a problem for us at all. I mean, they've helped us. Now we are allowed to ban people, so if they, you know, come in with bad intentions, then we can ban them from our tribe.
Okay, so if you get a group that's just obnoxious at a campsite, causing problems, you can oust them.
Yeah, that, or we're gonna give them a couple chances, you know?
Yeah.
We're not just gonna kick them outright. They have to break some laws before we can do that.
How many guys are there like you out here that are Cherokee, but not from the Eastern Band, so they don't get the money from the casinos?
So there is a lot of families. We do have a lot of Choctaws and Creeks too. 2023, I want to say there's less than 30 families that came back from the removal. So I'm the second generation to come back. My father is the first. Yeah, and it stops with me.
Okay, so explain the removal to those that don't know.
The removal is the Trailatiers that sent us all the way to Oklahoma. They found gold in Georgia, and so they wanted to take our land. The
U.S. Army.
Mm-hmm. And so we didn't like America to begin with because we were fighting for the South. We fought for the South here.
You fought with the Confederates?
Yeah, we did.
So you guys joined forces in the Civil War?
Mm-hmm. But we had to. It's like we were forced to, or else they were going to kill us. They've already wiped the majority of us out. So what makes you think they couldn't do it again?
But you guys had slaves, Indian slaves, black slaves, white slaves, right?
I didn't care what color you were. Yeah, we put you to work. Yeah. So it's like a prisoner of war.
If you were captured, you were a slave here, put to work.
See, that's the thing too. Like, we were known as a principal people. And during war times, if I shot you in the leg with the arrow and you didn't die, you're my responsibility.
Okay.
I took you home and made sure you were well, your leg was healed, and then I would take you back to your tribe.
But sometimes you put them to work.
Mm-hmm. They mouthed off, you know, tried to escape or tried to kill us. We're putting you to work. Yeah. I asked an elder where Solly was buried, and he told me this location.
And who's Solly?
Solly sacrificed himself for us to stay here. There was less than 1,200 that was able to hide out here and fight against the removal. And so he, sacrificed himself because he had killed, I think, 2 soldiers that were kicking people out of their homes and sending them on the Trail of Tears.
1,200 stayed here. How'd you retain your land rights?
This white gentleman was raised by a Cherokee chief. Let me let these people go by.
Sure.
And he later became a lawyer. And his wife pushed and pushed and pushed for him to get our land back. So he gathered up all the money that we could. And he went to Raleigh, bought the land in his name, came back and signed it over to us.
Wow.
So if my family gave him, say, $300 for land, we got $300 worth of land. We would have to go see him. Hey, remember we paid for this? Yeah, here's your deed to your land.
The deed?
Yeah.
So, okay, so this white guy, his name is what?
William Holland Thomas.
He bought the 55,000 square acres.
Yeah.
And then deeded it out to you guys.
I guess in a sense, but back then it was,
like
piece of paper.
Set up your house here type stuff.
There's your land. Stake it out.
So that's very unique then for natives in the country.
Yeah.
So the BIA does not own this.
Nope.
Which the BIA is basically an arm of the federal government.
Don't like them. The only time we use them is for zoning.
Okay.
And what is that called when you go and determine where your land is?
Surveying.
Surveying.
Yeah.
We use them for that.
The BIA.
Yeah. That's about the only thing.
So is it fair to say the BIA is an arm of the federal government?
Yeah.
In a way, it's federal land where the reservations are.
Yeah, because each reservation or each tribal land has to have a BIA building in it.
And then you have your own tribal government, right?
Yeah.
And
then our own judicial court.
Your own judicial court. Very cool. So if there's a crime that happens here,
you have to deal with our tribal court system.
What were you saying about your father? He's a policeman here, right?
Yeah, he's an investigator.
Investigator, okay.
And he's over sex offenders.
Is there a lot of that here? A lot of these guys?
Yeah.
A lot, huh?
Yeah, but it's a small community, so we all know each other.
Okay.
It's like, all right, don't be around that guy or that woman.
So on a lot of the reservations, there have been kidnappings, especially young women. Is that the story here too?
No, but we do get a lot of murdered indigenous women.
Here, in a population of 22,000? Okay, why is that, do you think?
Domestic violence.
Okay.
Drugs. Alcohol. A number of things. A lot of things. Some people are mentally ill.
Right.
Some come back from war. PTSD.
Sure.
Think they're getting bombed. Domestic violence it happens, but you don't hear about it.
Okay.
I think women here are scared to talk about it.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
They're just scared of the repercussions.
Yeah. So there's a cave on top that Solly's supposed to be buried at. I tried to go up there. The further you get back to the cave, the more dense it gets.
Okay.
It was as daylight like this. I got so far back there, I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. A lot of times we would come around this, me and my siblings, we would do medicine right here. And basically you're saying a prayer to our Creator, because you don't ask anything from our Creator. You have everything on this earth. Why do you need anything else? That's a sign of greed. As a Cherokee, you get put in a situation, you got yourself in that situation, get yourself out. No one else is going to do it for you.
Yep.
And that was a big turnoff for me with religion, because I felt like God was a scapegoat for me. Every time I had a problem, I would pray.
Okay.
Hope something would change.
Right.
But I had to make that change. And I didn't realize that until I started believing more in my Cherokee traditions. I was like, okay, this person got in this situation, he got himself out.
Yeah.
Or this woman got in a situation, she got herself out.
And you just did a ceremony for what, 24 hours?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it stems over 24 hours, but...
It's a healing ceremony?
A more of a not moving on, but they are moving on ceremony. Saying our final goodbyes, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone passed. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. Happens all the time. I've lost quite a few people. So I don't know. I hate saying that because I hate being desensitized from death.
Okay.
I should feel some type of way. But
Do
why
you?
yet? What? No.
You don't.
I've lost too many people.
How have you lost so many people?
I lost my mom to drugs.
Okay.
I've lost quite a few friends to drugs.
Okay.
Depression, car accidents, just stuff here and there.
Gotcha.
All walks of life. I mean,
Yeah?
ironically, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But it never... My mom's didn't hit hard either, which I found was really strange.
Yeah.
It made me call my therapist because I was like, what's going on? I should be upset.
Yeah.
Because you should be. Let's talk about it. And then he found out, like, well, she wasn't in my life that much.
Okay.
She's my mother, don't get me wrong. Like, I love her to death because without her, I wouldn't be here.
Sure.
And my father told me not to ever talk bad about a woman. And don't get me wrong, I do slip up. I've had exes before, you know,
Yeah.
and it's not worked out.
All right, so cut me off forever because
You're gonna take
hey,
a left out of here.
sometimes I got to go to the edge or over the edge with my question.
Nah, go for it, bro.
Okay.
If I tell you you're doing it too much, I'll tell you.
All right.
I mean, I consider you a friend to where I can
Thanks.
actually be truthful and be like, hey, man, that's a bit too far, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is how we learn. So there's that man on the trail, and he said the Cherokees should get reparations.
No.
And I'm thinking, right, your daughter's coming out of high school
Yeah.
with $500,000
Yeah.
and a stipend for life as long as the casino's operating.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's like some coal miner up in West Virginia
Yeah.
making 60 grand a year and is supposed to pay for reparations.
Yeah.
So
Why?
What are your thoughts on that?
Why do we need reparations? We're doing just fine. Once you get that reparations, you're going to owe whoever paid you reparations. Because I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It didn't happen to me. It happened to my ancestors. But I am able to be here because of them. That is my reparations. I feel like I owed my ancestors reparations. Personally, like as a descendant from Cherokees that were on the Trail of Tears,
Yeah.
I'm back home.
Yeah.
They sacrificed themselves for me to be back here.
Yeah.
And I am here. Now I feel like I owe them something because of what they sacrificed.
Right.
Nothing is owed to me. I owe something to them.
Because your family was one of the ones on the Trail of Tears
Exactly,
to
yeah.
Oklahoma.
Mhm.
And thank God we're in 2023 when
And my dad's a full blood.
and your dad's a full blood.
You see what I'm saying? And it's 2023.
And he can come back.
And we came back. I owe my ancestors something. And maybe this is me paying homage to them and being like, hey, I made it home.
What about this video? Does that pay any homage or no?
No, because I still have to tell my story. It still needs to be told regardless. But this does help. It does bring some credibility to be like, okay, I'm letting people know how it is here,
Yeah.
what we go through. And we don't go through a lot, you know? It's not that hard here. As you can tell, like, you've been to a lot of places, and this is not that bad here compared to...
No, this is beautiful. I mean, maybe I'm getting the North Korean tour, meaning you're not showing me the bad parts.
That's funny, bro.
That could be one of the things. But no, everything looks nice. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
Your roads are perfect. Your
Yeah.
river's clean. It looks amazing. I just love the fact that, you know, I don't know the politics here at all, but from what can be seen in the little time I've been here, the fact that the money's actually getting through to the people
Yeah.
from the casino is really cool.
Yeah, but...
I find that, like, it's not totally just getting siphoned away. It's not like a coal mining company coming in, extracting the place, and all the money goes to New York City.
Bro, it's so upsetting too, though, when you get people that find something to complain about. It's like, oh, our per cap was $200 less than last year. It's like, yeah, but you still get 10 grand. Like, what are you complaining about?
Right.
You know? Like, you shouldn't be complaining.
So do you worry? The per cap obviously has to do with the casino's revenues.
Yeah.
Say something happened in the casino, right? Do you worry about that at all? Because it's sort of a one-horse pony as far as a business that is
Because
funding
we have
everything.
investments elsewhere.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Like what?
So we just opened a Buc-ee's over in Sevierville, and it's the largest gas station in the United States. It's got 120 pumps.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's huge.
In where?
Sevierville. It's about an hour away from here in Tennessee.
So it's owned by the tribe. So all the revenue comes back to you guys.
Yeah, so I don't know how that works with land-wise. I don't know if that's our land outright, if the tribe's bought it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's land in trust with the government, but it's tribally owned as well.
Right.
Because that could be reservation land. I don't know. I don't know the details about that. But from my understanding, if we buy land back, that's our land. Because we bought land in Kentucky, like I said. We have land in Indiana, if you can call it land. I think it's a boat casino.
You have a boat casino?
I do believe so, yeah. Yeah. We just partnered up with Sports Illustrated to put up some sports-related things over in Tennessee.
Okay.
And then we have a bunch of investments, too, like within stock.
Okay, so you have like a fund, a portfolio
Yeah, it's
of
called
sorts.
a children's fund, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
This is non-Cherokee land, this road?
No, this is Parkway land. This is North Carolina land. But look how beautiful this is, though. You know?
Oh, man. Give it some love over there. Look at that.
And during the evening time, you'll have a bunch of turkeys out here, a bunch of elk. And these elk get huge. Like, they will demolish your car.
What is that?
War bag. You keep your weapons in here and stuff like that.
Okay.
I just keep my phone in here now. I'm at the toboggan.
Times have changed.
Yeah. This is an Appalachian farm. Cherokees were the ones that taught Appalachian people how to live.
Oh.
How
to do it up in the woods.
Yeah, the only thing they brought that was good was moonshine. Other than that, they didn't bring anything to the table.
So typical Appalachian house.
Yeah.
From when? 1700s? 1800s?
1800s. We taught Appalachian people how to live, how to build things, how to survive, basically. So I don't agree with Appalachian living. It was never Appalachian living. It was always Cherokee living. Because we came all the way from Georgia all the way to Kentucky. And what is that? All Appalachian.
What about West Virginia?
Some of us would, very few families. Because you got to keep in mind, we covered 8 states, so not everybody's going to occupy all that land. So we were pretty spread out.
Okay.
And that's why you have 2 different dialects with the language, too.
Yeah, but you weren't living in homes like this, right? Mm-hmm. You were?
Mm-hmm.
So...
At first, there were clay houses, but we would insulate them with fur.
Okay.
Just to keep them insulated.
So you had proper chimneys, windows, the full
No,
deal?
That's what they probably brung. But we did have some sort of a chimney because we had.
Yeah, sure. So to be fair though, this is a fusion of the white man's construction style and yours, right?
Yeah, and they probably brought the process here.
Okay.
But we told them the best products to use. Like, oh, this wood is gonna last you longer.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, it won't mold. It won't do this. This is what you do to your wood when you build it like this. You would cover it up with bear fat.
Yeah.
So, it would stay.
Bear fat.
Bear fat, any kind of animal fat, animal lard.
So this was it.
Yeah.
I think it still smells like bear fat in here.
Yeah, it stinks.
Part of me romanticizes, living in those times, and then about 5 seconds later, I'm like, thank God I don't live in those times.
But we don't know that time, like we probably enjoy it.
Because you wouldn't know anything else.
Exactly, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that's how it works.
Yep. And sometimes I envy other tribes in the world that don't have contact.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand what me and you understand.
Sure.
They don't understand, what happened during 9/11. We have to live with that,
Right. They're completely in their own people's headspace. They don't have to take on any other stress from the outside.
Exactly, yeah.
So the Seminoles in South Florida, you said they're getting roughly, what, 10 grand a month?
Yeah, last time I checked. But that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
They just bought out all of Hard Rock, I believe. The whole company.
They never surrendered. They never signed a peace treaty.
No, they never signed a peace treaty with the United States government.
And because the cavalry was like, screw it, we're not going to hang out in swamps and try to defeat these people. It's
exactly,
impossible.
Yeah.
So the Seminoles have kept full rights, but you guys are not far behind in the sense that you own this land outright.
Exactly, yeah. So
Right?
we took steps like they did, I would say. Multiple casinos,
Yep.
buying stuff out from other people, non-indigenous people,
Yeah.
and making it indigenous. And after that, like, what else is there to do but besides keep on doing that is buying land and land and land.
Right. So you're expanding
Yeah.
right now. Gas station like this on Cherokee, can an outsider own it or no? Not possible.
No. The family usually owns the land.
Okay.
So, man,
Hello. I won't record you. How you doing, man? Okay, so Dylan,
yeah.
that's a white guy. So he's just an employee
Yeah.
of the owner.
Yeah.
Who's Cherokee. Gotcha. So no Indian gas stations out here.
No.
Not happening.
No, usually if they're Indian, they are...
Like, sorry, Indian, like
yeah,
Asia,
exactly,
India.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just...
They're usually... they're ran by those people, but they're not owning it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you want to be on camera.
Yeah,
I like your shirt, bro.
Where you from?
I'm from Green.
Okay.
So how is it out here?
I've been here 8 years. It's a whole lot better than where I came from.
Oh, there we go. It's better out here than where you came from.
Yep. I've married into it.
Who'd you marry?
Heather Sexton.
I know the Sextons. I don't know her, though.
Oh, sorry, you guys can go ahead of us. We're good? Okay, I'll splash the card here. Okay, so you married into it.
Yeah.
Is she enrolled?
Yeah, she's in.
So their kids will be, if they have kids.
You got any kids on the way?
I got one. Yeah, she's 3 years old.
Okay, more on the way?
No, no more.
One and done, huh?
One and done.
One and done.
56 when she graduates.
God dang.
Oh, good stuff.
See you, man.
See ya. Okay, interesting. He married in.
Yeah.
So because she's Eastern Band, his kid's gonna get the stipend.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's the
Wow.
way it works. Now, if she's less than 1/16, that baby can't be enrolled.
How many full Cherokees are there?
Not many. My dad's one of the few.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're talking like hundreds.
Yeah. Not even that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay. Sorry guys about the camera work. I got Snickers, keys, waters, moving this mic around.
Yeah, but
But look, this is how I get the real footage. If I got a
Exactly.
cameraman, we wouldn't have got that shot with that guy.
Nah. He
would've
was
been
pretty
like-
cool too.
He was cool.
Yeah.
At first he was like, no, and then he's like, yeah, let's do this.
But you know, we have that southern humor too, of like grinding you about something and then making fun of that too.
I love it.
Yeah, but we also make a lot of natives have like dark humor, I would say.
I love the native humor.
Yeah.
On
We
all
make
the
fun of our-
reservations, they're hilarious. They give each other so much,
Yes.
including me. They
Yes.
call me the Bahana. I don't know if that's good. On Hopi, it means white man. I think it might translate to white devil at times.
It just depends.
But they said it in a fun way. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"All right,
yeah.
cool.
If they okay, that's our humor. If we make fun of you, we like you.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that too. Like, if we're standoffish, it's like, I don't know you, and I don't want to know you.
Yeah, exactly.
You see that big building up there?
Yeah.
That is our jail and our court.
Jail and court.
Yeah.
Looks like we got some action there.
No, right? I was like, damn, we'll be
Right in time. So a lot of Cherokees look white, yeah or no?
Somewhat. The reason I have dark complexion is because I'm my Arapaho side.
But like those cops down there, they look
Majority
like,
of them are not cop or not Cherokee.
Oh, okay. They're hired to work here. Dylan, what's that smell?
That is the great smell of marijuana.
Okay, so that's your guys' own grow out there?
Yeah, that's our own tribal grow.
Wow, look at
Yeah.
those plants up there.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Obama gave us the right. When he became president, he gave every tribe the right to sell and grow marijuana.
So you guys are selling that off the boundary, or you're
We can only sell it on the boundary.
you're selling it all on the boundary?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a massive operation.
Bro, you're telling me.
It's expanding.
Yeah.
Look at that out there.
Yeah.
They're pushing dirt out there.
Yeah.
Hear the fans down there?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. So this is for tourists coming in, buying this stuff, right?
They can't have to have a medical card. So the first 6 months of it will be medicinal use only. After that 6 months, it's gonna be recreational.
Whoa, look at this. So this is a new thing then?
Yeah. This is fairly new, yeah. It was a long process. We've been going through the process for a while.
Right.
It's just getting to it, getting to grow it.
So in North Carolina, can you do this?
No, the state won't let you. It's still illegal statewide. It's decriminalized, don't get me wrong, but it's still illegal.
And in North Carolina, you can't have a casino.
Nah. Well, it depends. Because the Catawbas, they own a casino in Rock Hill.
Catawbas, is that another
Yeah, that's
tribe?
another tribe.
But look at, are they going to expand all the way down here?
Yeah, bro, they're expanding all this.
So this weed operation is going to be for people, obviously, I mean, that would smoke out the reservation pretty quickly. So that's going to be for sale for tourists, right?
Eventually, yes.
Or do you want to do medical grade stuff where you sell like for medicinal purposes?
Like I said, we were going to sell 6 months for medical, for enrolled members only.
Okay.
And then 6 months after that, so a year into selling.
Oh, I thought it kept going, but these are trailers.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
these are. So we are no longer on reservation land or tribal land anymore.
So it goes much poorer right when you get off the
Yeah.
tribal land.
Yeah. That's ironic, huh?
That is not the norm.
No, it's not.
Okay, so this is right off.
This is right off. This
The tribe.
Yeah, this is... Dang, they're recording too.
I mean, the river doesn't even look as good out here. What's going on?
He said, oh, the river's very sacred back in Cherokee.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. Just when you think you understand something about the country.
Yeah.
I've been on a lot of reservations, a lot of time in native country. And then you get this and you're like, what?
It's not what you expected.
This is your land again.
Yeah.
Okay, it's nice again, so it's your land.
Yeah. I just heard what you said. That's funny.
Okay, so what I was asking in the car was, do people know what they have here? Like, that's not normal to come out of high school with hundreds of thousands of dollars or free healthcare,
No.
education.
And see, when I took my girlfriend out to Oklahoma to visit with my family out there,
Yeah.
we went to my cousin's house and she started crying her eyes out. I was like, why are you crying? Why are you upset? She goes, your cousin was laying there with a needle in his arm. I was like, yeah. She goes, you just pulled it out and put covers on him. Made sure he was turned over on his side so he didn't die in his puke. It's like, okay. She goes, that doesn't bother you? It's like, no, this is my home. This is what I was raised on. What? You didn't see this? No. Well, okay, well. And she was like, I need to stop taking advantage of what I have back home. Because it's a lot different out here out west. I was like, yeah. You guys take advantage for what you got out there. But I do too at the same time. I do.
Okay, but
I do.
at least you're aware.
Yeah, I'm very aware. But that you have to have that awareness to sit back and be like, okay, look at what I have. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
This is insane.
You guys can grow everything.
I am so lucky
It's
to be
beautiful.
here. But I want other tribes to know, like, you can make it. You just have to have the steps to do it. And
Well,
the
they
help.
need the leadership. And so some of them are so corrupt, there's no chance.
No.
And so just the corruption is so deep. The money goes to the top. That money goes off the res into mansions and cars,
So let me ask you
but
this.
not into the people.
Is it because we're so secluded? Because our neighboring tribe is the Catawbas, and they're 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're so tight-knit here. Is that why you think?
Well, most tribes are really secluded.
True.
I mean, a lot of the ones in the West, they're really out there on their own.
And the reason I say that is because my cousin came out here to visit,
Yep.
and he couldn't stay but 2 weeks out here.
Why?
He's like, you guys are the only natives here.
He didn't like that?
Because he's from Oklahoma. That's Indian territory to begin with. So everybody's got at least something in them that's native. This used to be a lot bigger. From my understanding and what I was taught, the reason we had mounds is when you came back for a meeting, You would bring home or dirt from your home in a pot.
Okay.
And that's why they're finding a lot of pottery inside mounds now.
So that mound there.
This is our mother town. This is what I was taught is we were made from the muds of Katua.
The muds of right over here.
Yeah. There's two different origin stories. Now this other one, it's kind of biblical.
Okay.
It's a Shelu Kanadi.
Yeah.
So it's like an Adam and Eve type deal. So I don't really believe in that one. That came after first contact.
Okay, so there are two origin stories here.
Yeah, so the one I believe in is we were created by the muds of Katua.
So that's the native spiritual one, and then the other one's the religious one.
Yeah, yeah.
What percentage believe what, would you say?
I can't speak for the whole tribe,
on East Band.
But for a majority of part, Christianity.
Okay.
And different dominations too, Baptists, you know. Mormons were a big thing here at one point, because I think they were the first ones here to convert us. And so that's why you find a lot of family Bibles with Cherokee names in them. Yeah, because Mormons kept a good genealogy with the family Bibles.
Oh yeah, they're really good at that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we tell people if they want to find their ancestry.
Yeah.
Is go look at Mormons first. If you have Mormons in your family, go to that first because they kept family Bibles. So yeah.
They're like better than, what is it, 21andMe?
Yeah, and Ancestry. Yeah.
Ancestry, yeah. The Mormons are way better than
Yeah,
Ancestry.com.
exactly, man. Yeah.
Boarding school experience. What were you saying about your grandma?
It differs between generations because my grandma, they would get beat for speaking Cherokee.
Okay.
The more you go up west or up north, the more brutal it gets. Because they're
north as in up Appalachia?
The country. It could be Washington State. Their boarding schools are just as bad as Pennsylvania's on this side.
Okay, so the boarding schools were for your grandmother's generation. What about your parents' generation?
They were. They're still boarding schools nowadays.
But it's different.
It's different. Like I said, it differs with generations. Because my dad he loved boarding school.
Okay.
My grandma hated it because she would get beat for speaking Cherokee.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your dad loved it. Why?
Because it was different. It was an actual school experience. He wasn't being whitewashed.
Like that had already taken place.
Exactly.
He already grew up speaking English.
Yeah.
Right.
And see, I'm very lucky because my dad's semi-fluent. My grandma and my uncle, they talk it a lot.
Yeah.
But where my dad's not around it a lot, then he kind of lost it.
Your dad lost it.
Yeah.
This is your equivalent of the projects?
Yeah.
This is free housing?
This is tribal housing, yeah.
Okay. So they don't have to pay for it, or it just depends on
It just depends.
income?
Income, yeah.
Okay.
Income based.
If you own a home here, can you rent out your home?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that have beautiful mountainside homes.
Yeah.
And they'll Airbnb it because we have such a destination for like the casino. People will want to come to the casino but not stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
And so they'll get that Airbnb.
Okay.
So it's just like another income for us, you know.
You're serious?
Yeah, this is old number 4 road.
This is the worst it gets.
I would say so. Other people would say other places, but it doesn't get much worse than this.
As far as homes and
Homes, yeah.
bad neighborhood.
Bad neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's not that bad.
I haven't seen anything looking bad, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. Now keep in mind, we didn't have a casino, say, 15, 20 years ago.
So it just totally changed in 15, 20 years?
Yeah, it changed drastically. Our council house right here, yeah. We can get out if you want. Because I want to teach you about a gentleman. His name is Charles George. He's one of 30 natives that have a Medal of Honor. He was in World War II and he jumped on a grenade for his buddies.
He was in World War II?
Mm-hmm. But we do have a lot of veterans. I have a lot of veterans within my family. You know when on the movie it was like We Were Soldiers? And he was talking about Vietnam and the helicopters flying in.
Yeah.
There was 2 Cherokees, 2 brothers.
Okay.
One of them's my great uncle and one of them's my grandpa.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So why do so many Cherokees go to the military? Or it's not so many, it's not...
Not anymore, because it was a way of getting out of Cherokee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean...
It was the opportunity.
Exactly, yeah.
And now you don't need it necessarily, huh?
No.
So you don't have many Army recruiters here coming to Cherokee?
No.
Super interesting. That's how it is, guys. In places that are like West Virginia, where I was just at, some of those neighborhoods, you go through town, you'd see like the Army recruiting place.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the only opportunities.
But that's prime places, you know, to go to for those people.
Yeah.
Because it's a way for them to escape that location. Yeah, killed in action.
I'm gonna set my food trailer up over there. I sell food out of it, yeah.
Cherokee food?
Yeah.
What do you got going?
I got Cherokee fried bread, I got hamburgers, hot dogs, fried corn on the cob, fried meat skins,
Good?
all that. Oh yeah,
You doing the cooking?
you damn right.
Wife in there at all?
No, I don't allow women in my cook shack. No offense, but
What, why, they mess it up or what?
no, just I ain't never had one. I've been in this about 30 years and I've always worked male crew, everything, because in the Cherokee way, like during the fall time, we have stickball games.
Okay.
And if the young guys and stuff are playing stickball, a woman can't wait on them, or a woman can't cook their food while they're playing stickball.
Why is that?
It's just a
Part of our
tradition of being
traditions.
stickball.
Oh, that's interesting. And your stickball tournaments are savage, right? They get very
There
violent.
ain't no rules. The only thing there is, no fighting, no cussing. They have these what they call them referees, but they're switchers is what we call them.
Okay.
They carry a big old long hickory stick, big long limber limb. Somebody goes to fighting or cussing each other, they'll switch them. And you match with a player about your own size, whatever, at the beginning. If he gets hurt or whatever, and he has to go out, then you have to go out.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, did you grow up here?
Oh yeah.
It's very beautiful. I know this isn't a reservation. It's a
Yeah, it is.
It's a boundary.
boundary.
No, it's a
You call it the
Cherokee
res?
Indian Reservation.
Okay. Compared to all the
No, we don't.
Compared to
We
all
own
the
this land.
Yeah.
We own this land.
No,
Yeah.
we don't own it.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. It's gifted to us by the government.
Who bought it back?
Huh?
William Holland Thomas bought it back.
Oh yeah, but that's why we don't have deeds to it like he's got deeds to his land.
Yeah, we do.
You don't got no deed to your land.
Yep. It's called a life lease.
Well, that's a life lease though.
But I'm from Oklahoma.
Yeah, but see out here in the Eastern Band, it's not like that. Here,
It is like
if,
that.
if I struck oil or gold on my land, the federal government come in here and take whatever they want.
The feds do.
No, they don't.
If they wanted to.
No, they
Okay.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't.
No, out here, no, you're wrong about that. You need
Okay.
to check on ours out here in the East.
My grandpa's Dykes Need.
Yeah, well,
I know what
you
I'm
need to
talking
sit
about.
down and talk with him.
I know what I'm talking about. He's talked to me through it.
No, we don't own it.
We do.
Okay.
I don't own it. I can pass it on to generation to generation.
Okay.
Yeah, my family owns it long as we own it.
Okay.
But we don't own it like you own yours with a deed.
But you can't sell it.
To another Eastern Band, I can.
We own it.
You don't agree. Okay.
We own it.
Well, okay.
No.
So let me ask you this: why is this reservation so nice? I've been on a lot of them. This
Yeah.
is like a different reality.
Probably it little to do with the casino. Plus, we've always been tourism.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had to get rid of some of the stereotypical stuff, though, huh?
Oh yeah. There's a
But
lot of
we're
stuff.
going back to our roots now, so it's a lot better.
I mean, my friend here is giving me the North Korean tour today, which means he's only showing me the good stuff. But from what I've seen, it's quite amazing out here.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I live way back in the mountains.
Big Cove?
No, I live Raven Fork Gap.
Oh,
Yeah,
way
where
okay.
that's at.
Way up there.
How far out?
It's probably 10 miles from here. About 4,000 feet higher up.
Yeah.
4,000 feet higher up than here?
Yeah.
It's cool at nights.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. I've been there 8 years and I've not used my air conditioner one time in the summer.
Just open the windows, huh?
Open windows and the ceiling fan.
Yeah, there you go.
You love it here.
I love it.
Could you imagine living anywhere else?
Yeah, I lived in New York City for 20 years.
Whoa.
I was a drill and blasting engineer up there, building subway tunnels.
Really?
Yeah.
You built subway tunnels in New
Yeah,
York.
Drilled and blasted.
Wow. Why'd you come back?
Just like they say, you can take the the man out of the mountains, but you can't take the mountains out of the man. I ain't got no use for New York City.
Yep.
That's like people ask me if I have a religion. Yeah, I believe I got a religion. I'm religious, but in my own way, as far as how I was taught to be.
Yep.
My granny was a Baptist preacher.
Okay.
When she got out of boarding school, she never spoke another word of English. She always done her sermons in Indian, sang in Indian, and everything. So,
Wow.
yeah. And my grandpa was a 6'6" deacon. My granny was about this tall. Her hair drugged the ground about 3 feet, and she brushed it 100 times every night. She never shaved her head again either.
You got a nice cut going there.
Well, that's just,
the mullet. It's an old school mullet.
no.
That's a rat tail.
just a
Oh,
tail.
rat tail.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
wow.
a tail, not a rat tail, but just a tail. Like when I have a relative that dies real close, like a sister or somebody
Yeah.
close, I'll give it to them
Oh,
when they go.
that's cool.
Last
That's
time
cool.
I cut it was when my mother died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, last question. Thank you for all these
Yeah.
interesting insight.
Well, you ain't got the bill yet. So.
What would you say is different about Cherokees than other tribes? Like, what would be something unique to you guys?
In the traditional ways of what I've traveled the powwow circuit and from other tribes that I met and nations that I met, we like to call them nations because a lot
Yeah.
of them don't like tribe or
Okay.
reservation. You use the word reservation, they're ready to fight you. Because like he said, they think it is their land. Which it was, it is in the sense of the word. But yeah, and with a lot of nations, their beliefs and their traditions are a lot stronger than a lot of ours. Because we were, to be honest with you, we were the first on the eastern coast to adapt the white man electoral system.
Okay.
That's why when we vote a chief and stuff in, it's just like any town council or mayor or whatever, but we just call them council and chief. I know how they feel. I said, but
what'd you say?
I said, but there's one thing about it, honey. We're sitting on the porch one day like this in the evening. I said, listen. She's standing there and she's going like this, really straining to listen. She said, well, I don't hear nothing.
Exactly.
I said, exactly. You don't hear nothing. I said, and you think I'm going to sit on this porch and cry if you decide to leave this?
Your wife's from Jersey.
Yeah.
And you
She's
brought...
my wife. She's my better half wife.
Okay, better half wife. And you brought her here.
Yeah.
And how'd she like it?
I would have tired out the sandhogs up there. I said, honey, I'm going to the Appalachian Mountains. You can come in or you're going to stay. What are you going to do? It's up to you.
How long did it take for her to answer you on that one?
About 30 seconds.
She said, I'm in. Well, good work. I guess you have to import when you're living 10 miles from anyone else.
Yeah,
You have to import your wife.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I told her she'd give a slice away, but don't give the whole loaf away. Yeah. I can talk trash in Cherokee too now.
Go for it. Whatever you
Yeah.
want to say.
It's like when you asked me if I lived here all my life.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, have you lived here all your life? I'd have said, no, I'm not dead yet. Where'd you say you was from? Butt Holler, where?
I live in a holler in West Virginia.
Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
That's where the damn toothbrush was invented too, ain't it?
Why is that?
Because if it'd been invented anywhere else, it'd been called a teeth brush.
Okay, you're dropping the Cherokee humor.
Oh, yeah. All right, take care.
Take care.
Nice to meet you there.
You too.
This is our hospital, our new facility hospital. This portion's been open for a good while. I would say 10, 15 years. If
Wow, quite impressive.
that. Yeah.
It's got you ER room here and everything else you need.
Yeah. And it's an amazing facility. You know, it looks beautiful too.
Oh, it is. So it looks quite empty though.
It is for the most part.
Is it because it's new and they just built it big, like
that and
for down the road, or what?
that and we outsource our patients
You outsource them where?
to Harris Regional, which is in Asheville, or there's a Harris in
Why do you outsource if you have this?
because our doctors are not up to par.
Oh, okay, okay. Is it all Cherokee doctors? Go ahead, sir. Okay, thanks. Is it
No.
okay? But to get really good doctors is not an easy thing to do, huh?
No.
If you build it, they will come. It's not really work. I'm not really applying here right now.
It don't work here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gets really quiet around here, huh?
Yeah.
It's 6:30 and it gets
Yeah, man.
pretty empty,
yeah,
huh?
Man. Yeah. Especially
It's
for a
just,
Monday, too.
you know, I gotta say, it's just the times we're in everywhere. More people are on screens. The kids aren't out on bikes.
But that's the thing, too. I
And-
talked to my mother about this. I was like, why was you okay with us going down the street and going to play? I didn't even let my daughter out the yard because I was scared of what would happen to her.
Yeah.
Do you think we are so focused on things that are being tossed at us every day that we just hear bad news and we get scared?
It's a good point. We just hear about more incidents because of social media, more people have cameras.
Yeah.
But are the actual levels up of kidnappings and crime? I think it just depends where you're at.
Exactly, yeah.
I had no helicopter parenting. I was out everywhere. They
Yeah.
didn't even know where we were.
They're like, get home before the sun goes
Exactly.
down. God.
And now I would want to raise my kid that way, but then I'm like, would I want my kid BMXing down here? I don't know.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know what happened in the culture.
And then within my culture, you have this missing and murdered indigenous women.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that scares me even more.
Sure. Yep.
I've told my daughter, I was like, you better scream your head off if someone tries to pick you up. Like, scream it,
Oh, yeah.
cuss at them. I don't care. You won't get in trouble. Hit them. Stab them if you got something to stab them with. Like, get out of there.
So there's a real big worry of that out here?
For me, especially, I have a 13-year-old daughter. She is my world.
So while you're saying it's super safe out here, that would be the one area where it's a little more sketchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how targeted our women are, but it seems to be fairly high.
Natives in general.
Yeah.
So what is that?
And it could be with the percentages too, where we have a small percentage of the population. You know, it doesn't take that much for that percentage to go up. If
Okay. Yeah.
This is our apartment.
But it seems like the overall numbers per capita are pretty high. I don't know what they are exactly,
Yeah.
but you're in different reservations across the country, different nations. You're seeing the signs everywhere in grocery stores and gas stations.
This is our location where we're gonna sell our marijuana. It's gonna be our dispensary.
That whole building.
Yeah.
So all those greenhouses,
Yeah.
that's cultivation.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it's going to be sold,
Yeah.
and that's just for you guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what's behind all this?
What do you mean?
Like, why do you want to? I mean, there's 24,000 people out here.
So we want to test it out, see what it does for our community first. If it doesn't help, then, you know,
Help what though?
if it doesn't help our people, if we don't see any advantages to it, then we're not going to go through with it.
But you're going to smoke out your whole nation out here.
It's up to them whether they want to or not.
Yeah, but what's the? I understand there's like medicinal reasons, but that's a lot.
But you also got to think about
The cash. Okay, so there's drive-ups. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get your cannabis by driving up.
Yeah.
And it's just dispensed right there. Is that what that's for?
Yeah.
Looks like an old bank, FDIC.
And see, this was just added to it, I believe. It was, yeah.
I mean, I'm
that
just,
part of the building is new.
I'm just guessing. I don't know if that's the story.
but I mean, and it's a big profit thing, I would say. You know, it's a big profit thing.
Okay, so your people have a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
And so this is just a business that's going to thrive?
Because we don't want to have to rely on the casino. You know, what if that goes under? Like I said, after a year, we want to see what happens with the crime and do our research on that aspect of things. The crime rate, see if it goes up, because out west it did go up when they did legalize it. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so why would you want it? You don't want it to go up.
No, we don't. But I think that's what I'm scared of, is it bringing the crime rate up. And we're not trying to mess that up. We're not trying to mess our comfortable living up.
Okay, I'm just going to state where my head is at.
Okay, cool.
It's a bit confusing to me, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
totally
yeah.
get it. I think we're missing something in there.
Yeah.
Someone will write it in the comments what's going on.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
Explain that one. Explain that one, please.
Someone knowledgeable
About what's going on.
Yeah, post it in the comments, because it was supposed to be done this summer, and something must have happened. And you know how I told you some things are hush hush?
Okay.
That could have been one of those things.
Wow, look at that home.
Yeah.
So there's some serious money out here.
And it's up to you whether or not you want to chase that bag and get that bag, you know. Some people are content with just living the way they live. They don't need anything else. They
Sure.
don't want to do anything else. Why would I want that? Why would I need that?
Right.
But some people like myself, it's like, hey, if I can make this money, I'm gonna make this money.
Okay. So you just have beautiful properties out here.
Everywhere, yeah,
Amazing
man.
house. So a lot of space too. Look at the size of the lots.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. All within the boundary.
This house reminds me of The Stranger's House. I don't know if you've seen that horror movie.
So just to reiterate, these are all Eastern Band Cherokees.
Majority of them are. Some of them might be rental homes. Like the Cherokees own them. It's just they don't live here in Cherokee. That might be military.
Okay.
Might be somewhere else.
I mean, is this guy going for the biggest lawn in the country award?
I wouldn't doubt it.
He might be winning.
It's beautiful country out here, though.
Oh my God, it's
so gorgeous. I
breathtaking.
love it.
So right off that road, we're off the boundary.
Yeah.
And then it's this, off the boundary. The Colton Court, not happening. So this just smashes all of the stereotypes.
Yeah. What people seem to find out when they come here is the consensus of, okay, I had the wrong idea about all Native people.
Yeah, because you can't put them all in one basket
You
like
can't
anything
do
and
that,
put a label
no,
on
no.
anything.
We haven't made better than other tribes, and people still think we live in poverty. But we're not putting that news out there either. It's not like we're trying to boast it, you know?
Okay.
We're not trying to be like, oh yeah, I got it made better than you. And you've been to so many reservations where it's poor, you know, and I feel for them, but we're not like that out here.
Yeah.
And that's why I messaged you on Instagram to show you, like, hey, can I show my tribe? Because we made it out. We're doing okay for ourselves.
Yep.
I just don't want people to think of us as backwood natives. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm a country boy, but I'm still Cherokee at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
these were our mountains before the country boys came in here and said that these were their mountains.
Yeah.
These are our mountains. And with our language, you can tell, I asked my my elder, I said, why is our language not monotone? Because you go out west, it's monotoned.
Uh-huh.
But out here, it's not. He said our language goes with the ridges of the mountains.
It's you have a tonal language. So like Chinese or Thai. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
That
It
was awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Dylan, no way we would have gotten in without Dylan, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
I
the more
didn't.
that-
I didn't give him the North Korea tour.
Oh,
yeah, I
man.
did not. I just want you people to know, like, we succeeded too. We were down in the slumps, say, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Now look at us.
Right.
Look at our golf course, you know? Like, I get to enjoy this.
Yeah. And
I'm very lucky.
I also want to mention, the more I dig in to any culture or any part of the country, like the deeper the rabbit hole is. Like, been on many native lands, and I had no clue this existed. And they're also different.
We're a
in their
different breed
way.
out here. We're a different breed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm very, very lucky. And I want to thank Peter, too, for doing what you're doing,
thanks, man.
because we don't have that representation out there.
Yeah.
And if we do, it's cringy.
Okay.
You're coming in the right way by being like, let me show your story.
Yeah.
You tell it, but let me show it.
Yeah. And I get an education, and luckily, you guys are interested in this sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
this can be my life.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So,
You're the
heck
man, Dylan.
Yeah, man.
closing thoughts. That was awesome. People can come out to Cherokee.
Yeah, anybody can come out.
Anyone
to
can
Cherokee.
come out
Yeah.
to Cherokee. Highly recommend it. It's beautiful. It's stunning. And I also want to let you know I have other native videos somewhere on the screen here. Anything else we got to say?
Come the first week of October, the first Tuesday, we have an annual Cherokee fair that we always throw.
Okay.
And it's the biggest thing in town.
Okay.
Everybody's in a good mood. And you get to eat some of our food. And you get to hear some of our stories and watch stickball.
And Dylan, lastly, forgot to say, thank you for doing this,
course,
because
yeah.
you didn't sleep for
Yeah, it was
Days.
like 24 hours, something
24
like that.
hours, and you powered through.
Yeah.
And you made it happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and take a nap. Trust me, after this.
All right. Thanks for coming along on that journey, guys. Until the next one.